Back with you on a Monday, the day we blew oh, that's all of my trades coming from NinjaTrader. My phone's blowing up. Yeah, because you're trading. This is Jim, AI Trading Futures, where Grok 4 and a bunch of plugins and a bunch of different services is helping me determine direction for 5 minutes. And we wind up scalping on 30 seconds, and then we overlay it with Bookmap and Bookmap's volume pressure from their Market Pulse add-on package. And then that gives us, what creates these boner candles. And so here comes a sell-off again. I'm a little gun shy at this 50. I really want to see about 2 million in disparity here. It is 11:06 New York time. And so we'll start seeing this get a little whippy, and because the volume will come down, and then that makes it easier to get whipped in and out of a position. That doesn't mean we still can't find a play here. See what she's going to do here. Sorry for the pause. AI Trading Futures. I'm JD, Jim Daniels, Jimbo. Been doing this since 08, but only futures for about almost a year. Been working on been interested in having AI. I missed that. I missed this little breakout here, y'all. So I'm not going to chase it. We've been kind of legging up here after the sell-off this morning on this Monday. We got a seer red out there. Look at that. TSLL's doing so good. That was $18.99 Wednesday, Thursday of last week, and RSI was real oversold. So I picked up 1,000 shares of that. That's your exposure to TSLL. I'm not telling you what to do. If you watch that, it's a fun little stock, cheap, that is very wavy, so you can find some dips, and then you can sell covered calls against it on a real short frame to get more premium. And I've been able to do 15 or 20% monthly on that little stock. And so that's what I do when we get into the doldrums. Then I start switching over to my Fidelity and my Robinhood. I use Fidelity for some of it, and I use Robinhood for some of it. Been with Fidelity since 2008. So I started trading with Fidelity way before they had Active Trader Pro and all the neat platforms. Very antiquated back then. Erased 1.7 million in construction business debt and financial crisis. And trading. Buddy helped me learn how to trade, become a CBOE broker dealer. I've let that lapse long time ago. I'm just a retail trader like everybody else right now. Using AI, though, got AI plugged in. She's watching all the charts, the bond market, the gold, petroleum, all the indices, the stocks and the indices, and just flagging me for 5-minute likelihoods. And then I'm overlaying that with my human instincts, and we're trying to trade. 15 trades today. I am about $6,000 loser. If y'all was watching, after I made that $5,200 trade, I followed that up with a $4,200 loser. That sucked, but it is how it goes. Still got 18,900 in net P&L. Trading the NinjaTrader brokerage account. As you probably can tell, here you go. Let's put up some trades on the screen, the recent ones we did, in case you didn't watch any of the other videos. Oh, I just missed that short. I missed several trades today talking. There we go. There was the one I had to cover. 159.75. I covered for that loss. And then here's my big winner of the day, where she blows. Right here, big winner of the day. One of them. Look, a lot of winners today. Big winner of the day. 50 contracts of the NQ. Shorted at 146, covered at 139.75, 53,400 bucks. Gave all but 1,000 of that back, so that trade's still okay. That's all we netted out, but the commissions run me down a little bit on that. Dab nabbit. All right, I'm gonna take those off, guys. If you know, I don't like to see those on the screen. It dirties up my chart. I like my chart to be as simple and clean as possible. Let me explain what I got. I got the linear regression channel. All of this, I may not explain it in some of the videos, but if you read the intro to the guide that I got for free, I spent months and months, first of all, identifying who the good traders are. They're kids with discords that I could just see right through them. They're phony, man. And, I've been doing it since 08. Like I said, I've made millions of dollars. I've lost $1 million too. But my net has been millions of dollars, right, in winnings. Portfolio is a champ. and my day trading's been a champ when I want to do it. I didn't start doing this about 30 months. No, 2021, July of 2021 is when I first started tinkering with day trading options. Before that, I was always swing trading individual stocks. And I raced sports cars for a long, long time. I picked up a student. Long story short, I picked up a student. He rolls into the first test. I'm going to go test my GT3Rs. Okay. I'll meet you there. Where you want to go? It's Lime Rock. So I flew up to Connecticut. I went to Lime Rock, raced there many, many times. Won my first professional race there in 2006. And know the track like the back of my hand. He knows I know the track. I got track record there in 5 different classes still. That's 10-year, 20-year-old track records. And just love that track up in a beautiful area of Connecticut, anyway, called Lime Rock Park, LRP. And so we go up there. He rents the whole damn track. I thought it was going to be a track day. I've been doing it so long, I don't really look much into it. I'm not as an enthusiast as I used to be. I'm still a car nut, but it's a job. When you're coaching people, it's a job. And so anyway, I load in there and I get there. I was like, wow, it's like one massive tent and 2 beautiful brand new Volvo race car trailers with no stickers, no sponsors on it, nothing. And they look brand new, and they wind up being brand new. And so long story short, Mike gets, Mike, meets me. They have to let me in the gate. It's a private event. It's got the whole tracker in it. Goes over there, and I go around the side. The tent's dropped on this side. You can't see. The cars are facing the track on that. I go around there, and it's 3 brand new Porsche GT3Rs, all ready to go. No stickers, no numbers on them, nothing like that. But, never been on a racetrack. And I said, okay. I said, wow. I said, this is going to be great. I get to coach 3 people. And he goes, no, you're not coaching 3 people. You're coaching me. And he said, I hired you to come coach me. And I said, well, what's the deal with the cars? He goes, I bought 3. And I said, that way, if I crash the first 2, I got a third one. I was like, oh my God, these rich people. So guess what he did for a living and does for a living? Day trades commodities. I said, all right, you got to, I raced at 1.7 million back in the day. This is probably 2020. This is 2021 or 2022. And he goes, you got to trade futures. He goes, these days, if I had to start all over, I wouldn't even worry about commodities because it's too much homework. And he goes, that's just what I do. And he goes, I can do it from anywhere. He goes, I'll make trades from here. And he says, you got to learn futures, put your skills to work on futures. And then that evolved to where I started using AI verbally. When Grok started being able to talk to him, I would just talk to her and she would answer me like I was talking to an assistant. And then one day I just said, what else could you possibly do? She goes, well, if you would consider buying XAI API, then I can plug into real-time Twitter sentiment. I can plug into the news for you. You don't have to keep switching to your news. I could just tell you what the news is. I could tell you what Trump is saying. I can tell you exactly when Trump goes to the mic anywhere in the world. And it's crazy. I said, really? And that's when I started peeling that onion, y'all. It's been a big onion, and it's been eye-opening what these AI can do, especially if you add Zapier, Python scripting, have her write your Pine scripting, and then have her plug into X, have her plug into FinHub. She plugs into Spot Gamma. She's looking at putting call walls. And the next thing I'm going to do, maybe over the weekend coming up, is she can API into Bookmaps. So these Bookmaps liquidity zones, she'll also be able to report to me the liquidity zones. And then I can just watch what I always have watched and what I'm used to. But getting back to the transcripts before this video gets too long, and I'll go to the next video if need be. I went and I first used my own, sense of trading and my own understanding of the markets, from being a CBOE broker dealer and all the trading I did all those years, since 08. And I was able to call BS on a lot of these traders, on these kids on the internet, on YouTube, that's selling you these Discord things and all that. I blowed right through it. And I come up like 4 or 5 that are the real deal, maybe 6. Here comes a sell-off. I'm going to take it. High volume here. We're going to take that high volume all the time. I got a bad pour there, but let's just see. We're losing at 20, 500, 750. I'll take the 500. We're just micro scalping, right? I tap my legs, and if I feel my right foot go 4 or 5 times, then it's time to get out. And look, that's why I got out. When you're micro scalping and you're flat, you really want this, if you're going to be trading it and switching to your ashes, you need to have a breakout here, up or down, so you can get a clean run like this, or a clean run like this one down over here, clean run right there down. And you would still use that entry to initiate the breakout, but you need to have your stops real tight if you're in your prop firms, and or you got to go real small, even maybe trade micros, 3, 4, 5, 6 micros. I'm not giving you advice. I'm just telling you what I would do, but I'm more importantly showing you why I'm microscoping. That turned right back around. It broke the 20 EMA. We had big volume, which is now gone completely away. I jumped in and jumped out for $500. And look, full reversal. But this reversal, that's what I'm trying to tell you, getting closer to lunch. It's easy for it to reverse on big points, but not big volume. And so that means a little bit of volume comes in and it's more powerful. So there is a play there too. I got a buddy who only likes to trade this volume pulse type of a setup when the volume is really low. He goes the other way because he finds that the moves, he says he likes to do them on penny stocks. I say penny stocks that cost less than $10, small stocks. And that's what he does. He'll wait there, but he'll have 12 screens. He's in the middle of writing his own API because, he misses trades. You're trying to watch 12 stocks. You start in the morning, what stocks are gapping up, what stocks are gapping down, all that old stuff, which I hate. I'm not doing that ever again now that I found futures. And you make money at it. I'm not knocking you if that's your jam, but I'm just saying if you get yourself a system and build your pot, like trade your evals, get your evals passed, trade your cash accounts. Every dollar you get from those cash accounts, put toward a brokerage account. And then you might have to blow your brokerage account once or twice, but just put 10 grand in there. That way, I keep 50 in mine, as you've probably seen in other videos. And then every time I make 10 grand, so it gets to 60, I take that 10 out and give it to Mama, the bookkeeper. She's the accountant. But going back to the transcripts, this is trickling down. I won't take this unless we have big momentum. It's got to be more than 2 billion disparity. It's 1 million right now. That is moving the market because we're in the doldrums. But the break of the 20 EMA would have been a play. But the previous time it did that, we had volume. So, and see what I mean? How that it just whipped you. And as you do this more, I'm not giving you advice, but as you do this more, you understand what I mean, that you want a big disparity here and a lot of noise because that gives you more high probability. I'm not saying it always works out. You saw me lose $4,000 in a couple of videos ago. I made a $5,200 trade, and within a few minutes, I erased that with a $4,000 loss. But, I have my manual stops in the previous candle. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this. I'm going to do it. This looks like a big sell-off here. I might have missed it. You might be seeing me missing it, but it looks like a sell-off. That was a big spike. I missed that spike down. I should have took that 20. Let's just see here. Let's see. It's not like a low of a day. I'm hoping to get out here and not lose too much money. Come on, people. I'm going to stay with it. We've lost all EMAs, and, the VWAP is real down there. And so this may want to come back to the VWAP here, especially going into lunch. I might have wished not so, but I got almost 20,000 made on the day, so I'm going to put some money at risk there. It looks like a bear flag to me. Looks like a bear flag to me. But if volume goes away, I'm so worried about this trade here. You're getting to see it in real time. They don't always work, but somewhere right in here, I'm going to have to stop this out no matter what that number is. And then we'll start hacking back at it again. There it is, folks. I got to take a 5,500. Well, no, it came back. Maybe it's wicking. Let's just see here. Let's see how it goes. First your money and second your close, right? Yeah, I should have went up there. I did not look at her. She's still saying neutral over there. I did even glance over there. I was talking with you guys. And let's check our ASHI. We are exhausted here on the ASHI. Let's see what happens. I'm not liking it. Sorry for the pause. I'm looking at all the signals. Unfortunately, she's got me at neutral, which means she doesn't want me to be in a trade right now. But I'm watching our volume profile, which, again, I'm going to do Bookmax hookup over the weekend. She's not seeing the volume pressure yet. And so I'm using my human brain. I should probably already be out of this. I'm going to switch back to regular candles here. And on the 5, we are selling off. It looks like we should be able to wick this down. I'm assuming on the 5, we're going to have a VWAP pullback. I just got to still make sure I watch my margin, even though I got had 63,000 in there as of this morning. Even as such, I still have a margin, and so I still have to. They will still close me out automatically, but I'm not going to let it get like that. When it gets to the top of these wicks, if we don't roll over here shortly, I'll just take a haircut down to like 2,200 now. Might come our way. Let's just see what happens here. I did DCA another 25 in there. And so let's just see here. Come on, baby. Come to Papa. It is trickling down here. Let's see if we get, well, all we need is a little bit of a lower low here. I like the bodies are coming our way. See that little trend there? I just don't want a boner a spike against us, and I hate that we're 11:20 New York time. Let's just see if we get, for once, we get a spike down, and we have an old baby, yeah, baby candle. Here it comes. We might be seeing it here. Here comes the volume on the sell side. We got volume on the sell side. I'm watching the profit, the P&L over there, bottom right of your screen. And let's see what we get here. Going to be patient. Got to be a little patient. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Grind it on down there. Just grind it down. We're going to wait on it. I think we're going to be okay here. Within this 5-minute candle here. Got down like a $500 loser. Could have punched out right there, but I don't know. I got a gut feeling here, everybody, that we might see some green. I don't mind taking a little bit of loss here. You know, I'm only shooting for a few $1,000s a day, so I'm up there around that 17, 18 grand after commissions and losses today. I was at 23.6. At 24.6 now in winnings, but I had that $4,000 loser. So I'm just under 20,000. So I'm going to let it go. I'm not just going to just punch out of here and then watch this thing bolt down to the VWAP. I'm not going to let it go too much higher either. Not going to let it go too much higher either. Let's just see what happens. This 5-minute candle still has 3 more minutes. Let's see how it resolves itself. You would think it might want to go below the linear regression channel, the midway point. See how it happens. See how it goes. First your money, second your close. All we can do is sit here and wait. She's still saying neutral, which means I should not be in this trade. Mine trust the AI. Oh, me. Look at this low volume. Low volume. I'm on the button. We'll punch out here, but it looks bad on us. But it looks like the pressure is selling. There you go. Here comes the cowbell. We got 3 cowbells there. That's selling. Oh, no. Here comes some buyers. This one may not be what we want, chat. I tell you what, like and subscribe. This is not advice. This is AI trading futures with Jim Daniels, the manual button pusher or human button pusher. I'm going to start this right back up. You're going to be able to see how this trade ends. Win, lose, or draw. Watch the next video.